All right, so real quick, I want to have a quick update on DHF. There's a lot of people out there that took the opportunity to go ahead and um, put something into this platform called DHF, right? Decentralized Hedge Fund. And many of us out here, we decided that after so many crazy things were going on with crypto and some of these fly by night online operations that were not being honest with most of the people that were investing in them. Then DHF was that one in the background that's been running for a couple of years. Um, I personally had watched one of the key leaders, somebody that I watched for some time and really got me going into the YouTube and the video type marketing was CPMD, and you probably know him. Quentin out of in Texas. We both kind of know some of the same areas, been around some of the same parts. I love his story. Really, really good stuff when it comes to that you know um, pits and valleys. Peaks and valleys, as you would call it. Bad experience, boom, led to a good experience. So really got a lot of respect for him. He really represents this space very well. He has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to Bitcoin, blockchain investments in this crypto space. So yeah, early last year, I decided to put a little bit into DHF, and it just really went well. And so, of course, boom, offered it out to my community. A lot of people felt that, hey, definitely a good platform. Been around for a while. It's running in the background while we do other things. And it was, when diversification, term comes up, DHF is a big part of that. Now, DHF was doing about anywhere from 9 to 12% a month. And in the big picture, really not something that most people were looking at. Most people were looking at that daily ROI, something they could take out every day. And so this was just one of those things that some people just kind of frowned at. I personally didn't opt to get in for probably 6 months because I thought it was a better option to go for the daily ROIs, 1%, 2%, 3%. I was thinking 3, 5% a day was the common thing. But little did I know those were doomed to fail. But anyway, still had DHF running in the background. Life was good. So when those other ones failed, guess what? I turned to DHF and was thrilled because it really, pulled me out of the dark and brought me into the light when it came to having funds to invest in these other programs that's gotten me over the hump and set me on a pace for true success by the end of this year and on into next year. So I'm really, really excited that I know about it. I heard about it, but I have a lot of people, look at my videos about DHF and want to know more about the updates and what's going on. Um, all the information is in the DHF community, by the way. And it's been months, those guys stopped paying. DHF community on Telegram provides you pretty much everything that I'm going to talk to you about today. Now, some of you may know, like I said, Quentin, CPMD, DHF, he was one of the first that got into DHF, got invited, somebody invited him in, and he really was a key leader in bringing it to the wider community. And so when he got involved with DHF, he spread the word. Massive numbers followed. And so they recognized that as a great opportunity, made him an admin, and he was very instrumental into helping most of us get familiar with that type of investment. And so of course, his organization just just blew up like crazy, crazy, crazy. And so he had, just hundreds of thousands of dollars in there, invested in it and withdrawing from it. And so he's always really did very well with that. Um, and I think his sponsor was a guy named Kenneth Francis. So if you look at the DHF community um, Telegram group, then you will see that out of all the FUD and nonsense that's going on, And of course, like I said, people are concerned. People want to know what's going on with their monies. That's cool. But what we do know is that Kenneth Francis now has become a key spokesperson in the group. Now, this wasn't the case like literally for years, but he was behind the scenes as far as CPMD was the more experienced, I guess, and so he did a lot of the upfront, out front type stuff. But um, Kenneth was kind of behind the scenes, right? And so he was kind of that invisible hand, I would say, doing things. So I want to highlight one thing right quick for y'all that maybe don't know or don't see. I'm going to show you that. Um, let's go over here so you'll know who I'm talking about real quick. All right. And then we're going to get into the notes. We're going to get into some of the information that has been posted up. There's a lot of information actually about updates and where we are and where we're going. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that because they actually did a live stream today. And you know, I went through my YouTube channel. I have two different channels. One of my channels, they really were asking a lot of questions about DHF. So I saw that they were still asking some of the same questions. And I'm like, man, they actually answered those questions today. So I'm going to go over and um, make sure that I highlight some of that stuff. Okay. So these are the guys, right, that have been just key leaders with DHF for a long time. And so if you don't know, then this is the CPMD, Quentin on the left, Kenneth on the right. So these guys are the ones that did a live stream today and gave us really the lowdown on everything that's going on. So if you go to the DHF community in the um, Telegram, then you can see the whole live stream. You can see the video. It's all posted in there, everything. But some people, have chosen not to go there, and I respect that. So what I want to do is just highlight some of the things they talked about today, if that's okay. Okay. So what I want to do is tell you, I made some notes. I was actually in my car and I made some notes on a little pad. And then I'm going to go through the ones on the actual Telegram group. And so, one, they do talk about that they are still trading, right? So, the last thing I heard maybe 2 or 3 months ago was, look, yes, we know that they stopped withdrawals. People were pissed off, which rightfully so. People wondering what's happening. It's been solid. It's been doing all this good stuff, and now it's not paying. And like, what's going on? Okay, they basically, hey, look, they're still trading. Last thing we heard was that they were going to use the funds that were available to go ahead and continue trading and to really what we call make people whole, like get you back to, your profits. But it was going to take 12 to 18 months to do that. So that was the plan a couple of months ago or whatever, 3, 4 months ago. So they've said that. And so what these guys, talked about, that they go in, they take a look, their contact, the person that introduced it to them, um, had more insight to what was going on from the developer's perspective, from the bot's perspective. He had a connection with some folks. Now, he wasn't a trader or all that, but he just had a connection that he could reach out and find out a little bit more information. And so that's why they were very, very excited about it and spread the word, is because they had somebody pretty much on the inside that could provide details. Um, and that doesn't mean that that person, knows all the answers. It's just that they were able to connect with some people that were, on the inside. So they got some firsthand information and promoted that. And hey, we all benefited, right? So they're still trading. You can go in, and I'll do that in a minute. Go to the website. You can go in and look at the trades and all that. So that's still happening. They did find out that, nobody really knew at first, I guess, but over time you find out that DHF, the actual operation is run overseas. Now, didn't specify where overseas. It might be Asia, might be Russia, might be Europe. Who knows? I don't know, but it's overseas. Okay. That's all we know. Um, so they do talk about that 89% of the DHF assets being traded um, did disappear. Let's just put it that way. 11% was left to recoup our damages. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Sounds pretty serious. Um, After the different plunges in crypto this year, the centralized exchanges or CFI, you have they just didn't have nothing left. Basically, everything was gone. So what we were told was some of those key people pull money together in whatever form or fashion you can imagine, alone or out of their pockets. I don't know. They just basically said they pulled some money together to cover down on things that were missing, lost, stolen, whatever happened to it. Um, and went to work and said, look, it's going to take us 12 to 18 more months, basically, um, to get you back to where you need to be. And we can pay out, and start withdrawals. So yeah, this time next year, we should at least know we're about to get our funds or something, based on that information. So that's a quick highlight on what they talked about. And so I'm not going to do too much more in talking about that. I'm going to go through and see if there's some important notes in the group. I'll go through that. So the topic of today is lesson in losses. And that's what something Kenneth said today, which was kind of catchy. Lesson in losses. And that's what we have to do, is learn from our losses. All right. So that's really the update on that. Cool. All right. So let's go over here and see if we can pull up some other information and talk a little bit more on this DHF. I haven't looked at my account since basically since they stopped paying. Let's look here. Oh, okay. If you go log in, then you probably will see this notification. It says DHF experienced a recent unexpected event that has severely negatively impacted your decentralized hedge fund account that you have elected to participate in. The primary exchange that the AI uses within a DHF has closed, and absconded with a absconded. Basically, that means stolen. They ran off with your money, with approximately 89% of the assets under management of the AI. The AI discovered this in September 2022 and already started to rebuild the fund with the remaining assets on another exchange. Okay, got it. AI's trading strategy has generated positive returns since inception and is expected to continue to do so with the remaining capital despite this event. To assist the AI and the remaining funds, the next profits will be locked in for a period of 12 to 18 months in order to regenerate the funds on another exchange. This means that all external withdrawals will be on hold as of November 1st, 2022, and DHF participants will no longer be able to withdraw funds for that period of time. As soon as the withdrawals will reopen, the withdrawal function on the site will become active again. Most likely, it will happen randomly in a different time for different users. Please check your dashboard on the site regularly for updates 12 to 18 months from now. All right. Wow. So that's their story. And that's pretty much all that we can do at this point. All right. So with that being said, let's go over here and see. Let me see what's going on. All right. Hopefully you can still, yeah, because it's doing some glitchy stuff here. I don't know what's happening. All right. Let's see if that'll go. Oh, okay, good. That's weird. Couldn't even see the little box. All right, whatever. All right. Well, anyway, I ain't got much in here. I just know that I guess that's 277. Anyway, I took most of mine out, and so that was no big deal to me. Still got 52 inactive. I just laugh every time I see that. All right. So what is it? No profits. Nope. Ain't nothing in there. So let's go over here. Let's look at something right quick. The trading. So this is something they showed us today. Like I said, I haven't been in here, for months because hey, if all the money's gone and they ain't trading, then it didn't bother me to even look. But I'll check it out. Let's look. So anyway, looks like here something's going on. 0.66, 0.14. I mean, those are not impressive at all. It's pretty sad, whatever the gains are. But December, November, so there's trading going on. That's what we know. Looks like a lot of losses. Every now and then there's a 3%, 0.9, not much, 2.7. Okay, a little bit, not impressive, but a little bit. Anyway, I'm just like I said, I just want to update people on this is, it's still here basically. Hasn't gone. This is crazy because like I said, I just basically walked away and said, "Hey, it is what it is. Let's move on." Um, Same thing I did with Mize Network, and Mize Network 3 years later still here to pump out, some funds. So it's weird, but it's still here, right? So for anybody and everybody, it's still here. Just want y'all to know that. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go to the Telegram chat and I'm going to go through some of these notes. All right. So right here it says, why has 89% of the DHF assets either been traded or sitting in an exchange that could be absconded with? Answer: DHF is a decentralized platform that requires a decentralized exchange to operate, such as Bex Plus. Never heard of it. When did the theft take place? Where and how was it transferred? And why did it only show up November 1st? Good question. But I have to look up Bex Plus, see, maybe that's a new exchange, decentralized. Maybe it's a better option. So if anybody's taking notes, Bex Plus, check it out. So the answer here says DHF experienced a recent unexpected event that has severely negatively impacted your DHF that you have elected to participate in. Primary exchange that the AI uses with DHF was closed and absconded with 89% of the AI. We just read that. So hopefully this is not just information from the website, since I just read that from the website. Okay. It says, depending on the market conditions, usually all trades are managed by AI analysts and charts. 670% artificial intelligence, also known as machine intelligence, is a branch of computer science. Man, what is going on here? That's not something that we're going to throw out there and confuse people with. What are the names of the exchange that DHF was using? DHF is based on AI technology and was created and designed to open accounts on exchange trades and perform all transactions on the blockchain on its own without any human interaction. That is another response from the website. We were also told the DHF AI was only trading Ether and Bitcoin. Is this true? And then they basically made a note. The confusion between these two ticker symbols is the result of people not knowing the history of Bitcoin's development. Not really important to know that. Either they were or were not. So XTC, XBC, XBT, and BTC are Bitcoin. Okay. Was DHF holding BTC and Ether to when the market dropped in June? Withdrawals were suspended. Trading pairs describe a trade between the one type of cryptocurrency and another. So yes, basically they did have both in there. All right. So they're basically saying no one can answer this question. It's a decentralized, fully autonomous platform, which runs on its own, no human interaction. So they're basically, again, saying they don't know who's behind it. But BTC and Ether were being traded. Okay, got it. And then it says, yeah, he's just explaining AI and really a lot of technical jargon here. So you can definitely read that if you want. But there's nothing to respond to people's questions. At the end of the day, they're just saying that it's going to take 12 to 18 months before anything comes back to you. If we do get something, then we may as well, not even look until this time next year. So really, I think that should kind of close the conversation because there's really nothing else we can do to expedite that, to make it happen. All we can do is say that, it's trading. and they are trying to go ahead and recoup those damages and provide that resolution for all of the members. All right. So anyway, like I said, I got about $270 in there. Not really pressed about it. I've taken out, I don't know, what was it like? Let me see. What was it? I took out so over time, total withdrawals 13,161. Total deposit 7,198. So hopefully a lot of us were able to go ahead and withdraw more than we put in. Therefore, hey, if it comes back, great. So anyway, in conclusion, I hope that you enjoyed just knowing a little bit more about it. If you haven't, read the information in the chat, if you didn't catch CPMD and Kenneth on the live today, then that was just kind of some information they put out there. And I just wanted to, like I said, to do that just in case somebody missed it. Just to let you know that, hey, these guys are on top of it. That's who I get my information from when it comes to DHF. And and I try to pass that along to those that maybe, don't have time to go in and look for that information. So hopefully that helped out a little bit. Going forward, if you're looking for something, that's paying 10% or more, 10 to 15% a month, if you want something solid like the DHF, but has a little more controls in place, even a money back guarantee, as well as you get a signed document or signed contract, and you have the ability to get insurance on that particular deposit if it's over $50,000. So, yes, we do have ongoing programs, great platforms that will provide you with 10 to 15% per month. And if that's something that is attractive to you on a safe and secure and sustainable basis, get in touch with me, and then I'll give you some insight to what works. All right. So hey, appreciate you coming on. Thank you for hanging with me for a few minutes. DHF looks like it's going to be around for a little while longer. We'll take this up 1 year from today. All right, peace, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Take care.